Hello, give me 1 second to move things around. Oh, I didn't join a voice chat. That would be helpful. That would be helpful. His name is Felix. I wish I could tell you anything other than a lot of people use the name Felix for cats in Miraculous, Ladybug including me. Hello, Hannah, and hello, JFK. And let me see if everything is set up correctly. Yeah. I just don't have the game open yet. Alright. Cool, that's technically set up. Again, why do I have so many fucking... Here, I'm gonna screenshot this and send it to Luca and be like, what the fuck? I'll send this later. Just like, there's no reason to have... I have 4 audio mixers, things in my audio mixer right now, and that can't be right. Oh, you good? Whoa. Okay, got it. Huh? What'd they say? Rachel Berry? Rachel Berry?
You're listening to High School Music.
Rachel, like from Glee? Why did the 6-year-old know who Rachel Berry was? Why was the 6-year-old watching Glee?
I don't know,
Glee? Oh no. Not Rachel Berry. Rachel Berry could never do High School Musical. That's my belief. Okay, one sec, I have to add something to the fridge. We have to see how big it is. Smooth jazz. Is it too loud? I always ask for the Layton brothers because the audio is a mess. It's a mess. I can't tell. Woo, giant. Why did Luca make this the biggest image? Maybe it's because iPhone images are the biggest images of all time. They said, hey, how big do you want this? And they were like, real big. Real big. We want a giant. Just absolutely enormous. Biggest image ever. Alright. Hello, JJ. Hello, Ronnie. Okay. Play the game. What does it mean, start anew? We fucking saved it. That's not good. Last time I was like, cool, it just saved. It gave me this saving icon. That doesn't look like it's something that's saved. Thanks for fucking nothing, BlueStacks. Okay, so, Oh, fuck. It's not what I wanted. So I'm just gonna start clicking. I guess I just start clicking. It absolutely saved. Because I was going, how do you save? But it saved because we had gone right back to... we were on, like, the next part of the... deductions. Well, okay, I don't remember what I selected for almost anything, so this will be fun. I don't know if there's a way to fast. So, how was your day? How was your day, folks? This is not how I was anticipating doing this stream. Oh, we have to sit here for a second. So, cool. A little bad. Alright, that's good to know, JFK. We'll try not to stop in the middle of a case anymore. we'll just try to get through it. See how that goes. Yeah, I was concerned because I saw that it looked like we only had like 3 hours played in this game, and I was like, oh no, that's not right. That's not correct. That is not what is happening. Because we got through a bunch of this game, I think. Or this case, I think. Speed through these cases on every piece of evidence. Oh, you're right. Yeah, I guess so. Boop boop boo doo boo. Proper spooky music though. Squeaky. Very squeaky. So, I still don't actually know who did it. I think it makes the most sense if multiple people were involved. I do think that the fishing wire is involved, on the ceiling. It's a possibility that Mariana did something because she was the one who said that she heard the scream, but I don't know if we 100% know there was a scream. Yeah. We can investigate shit later. Yeah, I feel like he's like too, loser. It's definitely not just him, if anything. But I don't entirely know what happened, and I don't have like a wacky fun idea like with the fucking spaghettis. So maybe there really is a demon. Maybe this is the Layton game where magic demon real. Jefferson. This is slow. I'm trying to think of something to say or talk about, and my mind is completely blanking because I feel like my brain is a mashed potato. That's how I feel like my brain is today. I got almost nothing done at work. Not my best day. I did not do enough after work. Not my best day. Took a nap. Not my best day. So yes. I mean, my dog's like licking. Stanley likes licking people's legs, the couch, the chairs, the air. It's like a stress relief thing for him, honestly. That wasn't. I clicked in the wrong spot. Talking. I will say, questionable designs aside, love ponchos. Huge fan. That's outside. Whoop. Yeah, Stanley's got a lot of anxiety. He also just likes doing it, but when he's especially stressed, he'll really he will start licking the air, very aggressively. It's a little bit funny. Oh, someone's leaving me comments on AO3. I am checking my email right now as I click. Corpse. Yes. Stanley is almost 4, I think. Or he is 4. For some reason I'm blanking right now. I'm glad I'm just, you know, vibing with Alfendi. He's like doing deductions and also he's checking his email. I wish I had done that earlier because I'm like, oh, we gotta grab the hotkey, but we'll get to that when we need to get to that. I don't know if he'll remember you, Ronnie, but Stanley just likes people, so like that doesn't really matter to him. Why has Snapchat started emailing me? Turn down. Snapchat has started emailing me when they have, when Team Snapchat has sent me things and I haven't opened them. And I'm like, don't fucking email me. Don't email me. I don't want you to email me. I literally, JJ, I am always thinking about when we were watching the Ace Attorney concert. And it was like 3 or 4 in the morning, and for some reason they decided after like a really upbeat song to do Godot's theme, and I was like desperately trying not to fall asleep to their smooth jazz at 4 a.m. So... Go faster. You know, if I were smart, I would be using this to like go through the case. And okay, there, now we have to find a key. To go through the case again and like try to figure out what happened, but instead my mind is gone. Fine, what's unusual about the door? Oop. Oh, too far. There we go. Here's the mismatch. Okay. We are now once again clicking. He's still going. Oh, JJ. Oh, man. He's very determined. Determined at what? I don't know. But, you know, determined nonetheless. I can tell you that we've been doing this for at least 10 minutes. Okay. Okay. We're getting a little bit closer. I know we got through, like, confronting him. Chico, that is, and he left. I don't know if we did anything after that, but that might be a good place for me to, like, stop clicking so aggressively. No, get back here. This is evidence. Ooh. No, let's zoom in, girl. There we go. Boop, boop, boop. I am still thinking about, so we did go back, me and JJ that is, and watch the little screen at the beginning where Alfendi had a hashtag moment. And there is like a line, like something about like, he killed me, And we have, possible Lucy death happening at some point. I'm still thinking about that. What does that mean, girl? Sorry about that. God, Alfendi has like the longest neck. Just a real long neck. Giraffe over here. Is it this one? I wasn't paying attention. Okay, cool. I wasn't paying attention though. I was like, oh fuck. Who is that character? Long neck layton. Oh. Oh. Who's the criminal? Long. Don't know how I feel about that, but sure, Longton. We can go with that. Why did they use the upside down exclamation point if the words were in English? Whatever. This case is deeply questionable to me. I don't know about it. The traits and what? Oh, I think it's the notes. I'm just hanging out. Oh, wait. I can't click any faster. Okay. Oh, right. The voice. I forgot about the voice. I mean, not to be, like, supporting murder, but, like, he's stealing your shit. I don't know. You know? You know? Like, I think we got through him leaving. We had, like, we were on the next screen for the deductions, at least, because that's where I was like, okay, it loaded. Because I needed to get through a conversation before I could stop, because I was like, there's no way I can save. That's the one. Files. Okay, so I think it's right about here. I do need a drink now, though. Something about leaving, Prof. It'll take me a few minutes.
Don't worry, we have a man on him. In any case, we can't detain him until we've solved the mystery.
Aye, we can't pin it on him while he's going on about this demon doing it, eh? No, we gotta get to the bottom of this one.
Yes, there are two remaining points that we can't explain. How Caretta managed to disappear from a locked room, and how, as we've been led to believe, the corpse came back to life. So it's back to the crime scene, Lucy, until we find some answers.
Back to the crime scene. Murder vanquished, walking corpse.
So where do we start?
Saving! Right up in the corner. Right then, saving. That's when I saved. And I went, perfect. It's saved. We can be done. Thanks for nothing, video game.
It seems too incredible to believe, but there are two witnesses who saw the corpse lunge forward.
Were it really a demon at work, do you think?
No, that can't be. It was an elaborate illusion, I'm sure.
Ah, that's gotta be it. An illusion.
And the person behind the illusion will almost certainly have left a trail of evidence, no matter how small.
And that's what we gotta find, right, Prof? Pretty sure I already know what it is. So this'll be fun. let's start investigating. Raft damage bay. Where's the first spot?
That certainly points to the sort of illusion I'm thinking of.
If I'm right, there should be another similar piece of evidence very nearby. Her voice changes every time, and that's what we're going to live with. That's what we're going to live with, since I can't do whatever accent she's supposed to have. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it back. Never kick you at the beginning like it did with you, though. Well, we'll just have to try to finish cases. Hey, Prof, what do you think? What do you make of these nicks on the beams up here in the rafters? And then if all else fails, I can at least start getting through it before stream starts. If I, usually, while you guys are in the waiting room, basically, I'm running around doing other stuff, but I can pull up the game, and if it looks like it kicked us back, I can try to get ahead while I wait for people to join.
They look like they were made by a thin rope or wire of some sort. Yes, very suspicious.
Aren't they just?
What do you think caused notches like these then, Lucy?
It was a fishing line that rubbed on... It was a fishing line rubbing on the beam that made the notches.
I've come to the same conclusion. Somebody threaded the line over the beams, then pulled them with considerable force. And there must have been something heavy on the other end of the line to counteract the force of the pull. Of course, we all know what that was, don't we, Lucy?
Corpse. Well, it was a body tied to the end of the line, weren't it? What else? Clicked the wrong spot.
Indeed. The fishing line passed over the rafters and was tied to the corpse. That explains how the killer made something spectacular appear to happen, which was, of course,
made the body move. By tying the fishing line to Ologi's dead body and giving it a good tug at just the right time, the killer made it look like the fella moved even though he was dead.
the killer. Correct, which solves the mystery of the walking corpse.
Oh, Jefferson. Rip JJ. So sad.
Caretta claimed that he passed straight through the hut walls, using some demonic power.
That reminds me, Anna, that I'll have to make the VOD public after this. I always forget. Maybe this one had drugs. Maybe this one was drugs.
But we all know that such things do not exist.
Maybe not, but the door and window off the table and all. So, how did the line do it then? Oh god.
Well, if the hut was genuinely locked from the inside, it leaves only one possible conclusion.
No? Okay, I can't remember all the details because, there's no way Caretta could have got hold of a copy of the key to the hut, is there?
No, the lock is very unique. We're quite sure there's only one key.
That? Maybe there isn't. Maybe you're not 100% sure. Did you consider that?
And that, of course, was found inside the hut in the victim's own pocket, which rules out the possibility of locking the door and then throwing the key back in through the window.
Have to come up with some other explanation then, eh? I mean, this was the one I came up with last week, I think. Because I was convinced at first someone was hiding in the rafters. After he did Ologi in, Caretta must have hid himself somewhere inside the hut. It's really hard to do her accent and a Spanish accent at the same time. It doesn't work right in my mouth.
Very good, Lucy. I've come to the exact same conclusion.
Ah, that must be it. But where could he have hidden in such a tiny place as that, eh?
That is the key question now. Perhaps we can identify some traces of evidence showing where Caretta was hiding. What do you think?
My brain was stupidly like, that has a straight line. Instead of it cuts off abruptly. Maybe that is it. Hold on. Can we try? Let's be stupid. This mark on the floor is a bit of an odd shape. Don't suppose it's related to where Coretta hit himself, eh?
It's an unusual shape, you're right. It looks like something must have been in the way of whatever spilled.
JJ, I was fully just accepting that you said Ace. I was like, I guess that's an Ace Attorney reference or something? Sure. So, that's also on me.
So let's try to think of what might have made the spillage take this kind of shape.
A box? A box, perhaps. A box. Could it have been a box? No. Aye, but where it made it spread out in such a straight line like that. Was it just these were moved forward? It must have been one of these signs. It must have been put here and got in the way of whatever spilt.
Judging by their size and shape of it, none of them could have stood up alone. They would have been resting on something. Any ideas?
I'm just guessing shit at this point. The sign must have been rested on the coat hook. From that position, it would have been in the way of the liquor that spilt, making stain take that peculiar shape. Sometimes they do write her accent in, did we say she was Scottish or Irish? And I'm like, I know I'm supposed to say it that way, but I can't do those accents. So it just doesn't sound right.
And such a large sign would be perfectly big enough to hide a person from view.
So that's that then. Caretta were in the hut the whole time, hiding behind this sign, eh? She's Yorkshire? I don't know how to do Yorkshire either. I don't know anything.
Let's have a think about when the liquor could have been spilt before we draw any conclusions.
That indicates when the liquor was spilt. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze at some point. It's here. Must have been when the dead fellow moved. He must have knocked over the liquor. Liquor.
That's what I had concluded, which tells us the sign must have been propped up on the hook at the point when the corpse moved.
Then someone must have put the sign back where it were after that happened.
Precisely. The sign is the answer to the mystery of how the hut was locked from the inside.
Now we've explained how the door were locked from the inside and how the body moved where it would when it were dead.
Yes, and Caretta admitted himself that he killed Ology. Blech. There's no way he can talk his way out of it now.
So it looks like we're solved this one. Without you getting all, worked up. Without one of your little episodes. Without you going full sicko mode.
Yes.
Well, that's a bonus. Right, time to get back to Caretta. No, right, time to get Caretta back then, eh? I can read.
Now we have all the evidence we need to prove Caretta is guilty. We'll pin him down properly this time.
Will we? I guess we will.
So, how was your excursion to Buckingham Palace? It's not to see inside this thing. It's a big problem for me. Mariana, she's looking forward to my pictures. I don't want to make her sad. That's why I climbed over the fence. But the policia, he no like this. He brings me back to you.
Oh, heck, Ruff, you were right to stick a tail on him.
It would seem so, yes. You... don't need me. If it's okay, I'd like to see more of your beautiful city.
We do need you for summer, Mr. Coretta. You see, we figured out somehow you did it. But
But I tell you already, I killed Signor Ologgi with the axe. Then I am disappearing through the wall. I'm afraid that can't be. Humans cannot simply pass through walls. If it's not true, how can it be, Signor Layton? Allow us to take you through the events of the night. One step at a time. It was your fake cry for help over the intercom that brought Mr. Sasukasa and Miss Netista to the hut.
when they got there, they found the door was locked. There can be no question about that.
Absolutely. The one and only uncopyable key was in the victim's pocket. So Mr. Sasukasa was left with no choice but to break down the door to gain entry to the hut. Inside, he found the grim corpse of Archie Ology, and no sign of his killer. See, it's like this, because already I am passing through the walls and leaving this place. I don't believe that's the truth. I believe the perpetrator of this crime was still inside the hut. Lucy, would you care to tell Mr. Caretta exactly where in the hut the culprit was?
The killer was hiding in a corner of the room.
Ay, muchacha. You don't listen when the senor he said what he saw inside the hut. He said no one is inside but this corpse. No one. Nada. That's not quite right. Mr. Sasukasa said he did not see the killer in the room. But though he failed to see the killer was in fact there inside. The killer.
We've known the killer
Since birth. But thanks to a certain obstruction, he was hidden from view.
Bye, JJ. Hope everything is cool. Aye, an obstruction in the form of
Signs. It were a whopping great sign. You propped that thing up against the hook on the wall and made yourself a nice tidy home.
Mr. Sasukasa's statement says he was sure no one else was in the hut because there was nowhere to hide. But it's precisely this preconception that meant he wasn't even looking for it. But what you say is just a guess, senor. You make up stories. It's not possible to confirm this what you say. I beg to differ. You were definitely hiding in the hut when Mr. Sasukasa and Mrs. Batista came in. We have a piece of evidence and a statement that proves it. Lucy would be honest.
Man. Aye, it's the liquor that's spilt on the floor that proves it. The only way I could have made a straight line like that is if the sign was stood in the way when it spilt.
And Ms. Batista's statement confirms that the liquor was knocked over when the corpse lunged forward. That proves the sign was propped up against the coat hook when she and Mr. Sasukasa burst into the hut. See? So? There's no way to say someone is behind the sign just because it's there. Can you prove this?
I fucked that bad.
Oh, you cheeky so-and-so.
And this means the corpse, we know it moves, see? Or the liquor is not going to spill. It's only the Diablo can make the corpses move. If this is your rebuttal, allow us to dispel the myth of the walking corpse now. You see, tell Mr. Careta what the killer used to give the illusion of the corpse coming back to life.
The killer tied some fishing line to Olodgi's dead body. By giving it a tug from the other side of the room, it pulled the corpse up off the chair and made it lunge forwards.
No, you see these fishing lines if they tied to the dead senor. You see them and you know it's a trick.
Not necessarily. Mr. Sasukasa said in his statement that it was dark inside the hut.
In translucent fishing line in a dark room and a corpse with an axe lodged in its skull. Faced with such a shocking spectacle, it would be very easy to miss the clear, thin lines. You only imagine what you want. There's no evidence for this. What you say?
Oh, aye, we have evidence, alright.
There's nicks made by the fishing line at the rafters of the hut.
And by considering the position of the notches, we can infer where the killer was standing to pull the line. So you see, we know the killer's location was.
Following the line from the body over the beams where the nicks are, you get to the corner of the hut. Same corner that were hidden from view. I just hit my mic. Behind the sign that were resting on the coat. I clicked blue stacks away.
It's compelling proof that the killer, in other words, you, Mr. Careta, was hiding behind the sign.
He's so hidden right now. He's so hidden. We can't see his face.
See, I do it just like you're telling it's telling me to do. Like you would do. See, I hear it. The voice of the Diablo.
It's telling me if I do everything like she tells me, it's all gonna be okay.
I've heard just enough of this Diablo mumbo jumbo.
It's no mumbo jumbo, it's true. I hear the voice of the Diablo. He's having an episode.
This is taking too long. I can't hold it.
Real quick, wig change.
Well.
Prof, come on, man. Keep it together.
Oh, I believe you, Careta.
Oh, crikey, here we go. Cringe.
Demons are real and all around us.
Oh, fucking twisted mind freak. Jesus Christ.
You picked a fine time to set up and start prattling.
You don't know, Lucy. Carefully led, the man can be a crazed killer. Yet without direction, he's nothing. A mere puppet. Puppet? You mean marionetta? Who is you say a marionetta? I'm talking about you. You steal, even kill, all because of this demon's voice. I know a fucking thing or two about voices.
See, we must listen to the Diablo. If not, it's going to curse our village.
Idiot.
Great, thanks.
Demons are illusions and living in the minds of the weak. Illusions have no powers to curse.
First you say demons exist, then you say they're illusions. Which is it, Prof? Make up your mind.
Never mind, Lucy, you're obviously failing to understand. There's just one point we need to make clear. It's Diablo's voice whispering in your ear, Careta. That was mostly certainly no demon. It was a human. A human that could see there was a demon inside you already. A human that knew just a suggestive murmur to that inner demon of yours could persuade you to slay or lodge you.
It's not human. It's Diablo.
Surely you can see who it was now, Lucy. Who was the voice of the demon that spoke to Greta?
I think it's so funny that her ear wiggles. Poor guy.
It was Mr. Taster, but that's who the demon really was. She knew you better than anyone, didn't she, Mr. Careta? She was behind the whole thing.
No, It's not possible. The voice of the Diablo. It's not Mariana.
Oh, but it was. It was a teaster on the other end of the intercom listening to you faking old lodger's cries for help.
See, it's true. I called the hotel to make them come for Senor Olaji. It's Mariana who picked up the other end, but I know this. It's only by chance.
You say the sound quality on the intercom was poor, yet you instantly recognized the person you were speaking to as a teaster.
See, it's normal. I know my novia. We are going to marry together. That I messed up even their messed up stuff. Come fucking on, man. Jesus Christ, dude.
Oh, I know. So you'd think she could tell the difference between her fiancé and a
Quinquagenarian. Sure.
Your two voices would have been very different. Very different indeed.
See? It's different, but I am making an imitation of the Senor.
Tell me, Caretta, why are you here? Why England? Why now?
It's because Mariana, she...
Oh yes, of course. Mariana. She suggested you come, didn't she? She suggested it just when the investigation into the murder was being reopened.
It's by chance. It's only by chance.
You've seen my little crime scene reconstruction toy, haven't you? Collecting the data before it disappears. It takes a great deal of time at the original scene of the crime. There would have been a lot of activity. It would have been quite impossible for Sasukasa's hotel staff not to get wind of what was going on.
It's not Mariana. It's not her. She's nothing in this crime. Nada. Steady on, prof. He's getting a bit...
What? Something wrong? Somehow your voice isn't quite in line with the bravado of your masks anymore.
Caliente? Nope, not caliente. That's... I just am saying words. Cayete? Quiet. We're not trying this. That's enough, bro. I just suddenly got really stuffy, too. Oh, God. Okay.
You know it's true. You even blurted it out yourself when we unraveled all your little tricks. If I do everything like she tells me, you said.
No. No. No, please, no.
You know the truth. You've known for some time. The demon's voice you heard was the voice of your fiancée, Mariana Batista. She used you like a pawn in her devilish games.
Ah! Sorry, I had to bring the mic. Stop it, prof! Come on!
Quiet, Lucy. Curses. I was just about to. That was just getting interesting.
My guy needs a nap. He's gonna pass out. Can someone get him a glass of orange juice? Is the prof okay? Did you get that orange juice? Oh god.
Yeah, he'll be alright. Miss Sitch is looking after him. I reckon he'll wake up before long.
Oh, well, that worried.
No sense worrying, Lucy. Nothing we can do. Anyway, don't you want to know what happened with the case?
I don't know.
I should probably be focused on mine to the prof, but...
Do whatever.
I knew you wouldn't be able to resist. Well, there's Caretta first. Bruce is nutty as a fruitcake, so he ain't been a fat lot of help with the investigation.
Aye, I bet.
Getting new info out of him is like about as... Getting any new info out of him is about as likely as me getting a promotion. So that is Tista Bird. The local law tried to find her to bring her in for questioning. She was all gone, taking all her belongings and hopped up.
I wouldn't mind betting she were planning that from the start.
Yeah, maybe, but that ain't all, you know. Turns out Tista had her real name at all. No one knows nothing about her. She's a total enigma. Give over. Really? Oh yeah, she only turned up a village there about half a year ago.
Now with me thinking that
she and Coretta must have been childhood sweethearts. Hang on. So you're saying Coretta's only been learning English for 6 months?
Suppose he must have been, yeah. This got her some kind of black magic herself, eh?
And what became of the stone idol?
They haven't found it, have they? A taster must have made off with it.
I don't know. The case is buttoned up, but not fixed.
That's just how it goes sometimes, love. Anyway, let's be getting back to work, I suppose.
Oh, I wonder how the prof's getting on. Maybe he also needs some applesauce. So I don't suppose he'd thank me for disturbing him, just to ask how he is.
Oh yeah, just one more thing.
Oh, boy, Agnoster, you're frightened the life out of me.
My brother's in the clear now.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, he said to pass thanks and that. Will you pass it on now?
I of course I will. I'll go tell him right now. Zoom!
New background? No background. No, she's gonna do that off screen. Okay, there's 9. Okay. Start now.
We got a very special guest in the studio today, people. It's drop dead gorgeous Miss Dolly Holiday. Thanks, Dwight, darling. It's really terrific to be on the show. Here I got you something that ever so tasty. Wow, thanks, Dolly.
I don't know what's happening.
I don't think this sort of radio will be a cup of tea, Prof. You don't like this, do you?
Oh fuck, I keep clicking away. Now I'm in Scrivener. Where is it?
You're not a fan of the radio, Lucy.
I've got naught against a catchy tune and some good banter, but this rubbish? No, not for me. There's something about the way the presenter talks. I don't know what it is, he's just smarmy. I'll tell you, when he was the last honest guest, he talks totally differently.
It sounds rather like you're a regular listener.
Beep, beep, beep.
Oh, fuck. And that sounds like a fax coming in already. So our first request this morning is from Ms. Angelo Death. Really good. I'll be the death of you. Whoa, sounds like someone wants to turn DJ Dwight Dread into DJ Dwight Dead.
Boo.
Don't you go down on me, Dwight. I'd never live down.
I don't know why I decided that character's Southern.
Well, if I'm about to... Whoa.
Well, if I'm about to sign off for the last time ever, allow me to try one of your mouth-watering offerings first.
What the fuck is happening? This guy's gonna die.
That hit the spot.
Bang, crash, wallop.
Oi, what's going on?
She's not Southern. Hello, Grace.
Wait, are you alright? Let's go into an ad break. Come on, quickly.
Radio swoon. The Grand Pharaoh's sale is now on. No stores, more for less, so get down to Day's Bridge today. What's happening, Prof?
Well, if it's some sort of practical joke, it's certainly very convincing.
A man is dead. Who are you?
We've got a new case, boys and girls, a number. Just went down on the airwaves. What's up, Sniffer?
Didn't you just have your lungs to the wireless just now? That's where the action is.
Jesus Christ. Okay, hold on. Let me minimize everything else so I stop closing the wrong thing.
Are you talking about the radio presenter who sounded like he just collapsed now?
Mixing up words.
What else? I'd say the stiff's cold already.
So, it wasn't just part of the show then?
Not my book. It's a rub-out job. My gumshoe. Radar was beeping like a car on the second I went down.
Whatever you say, Sniffer.
Hey, I'm telling you, they'll be on the blower asking me to do the snoop any second now. You may well be right. If it turns out I'm on the mark, you guys will wrap it up with bows on it for us
wrap up with boson. You guys will wrap it with boson for us, right? Yeah. Words.
We'll do our best, barring the whole incident being a practical joke, of course.
You won't believe this. We've been flooded with calls from anxious listeners of that show. Maybe there's something on it after all.
Time for action, snoopers. I'm gonna go make it like a slug and scoot over there and see what the score is.
Fuck.
Excellent. You slug on over there, Sniffer. I'll get my report back to the clubhouse ASAP. Then it'll be up to you two to bring in the hoods.
I can't believe it were really a murder. Can you, Prof?
Well, we don't know anything for sure yet, Lucy, but the signs are compelling. Sniffer's rarely wrong.
Ah, he's a revelation, right? That one.
Indeed, though he has a tendency to get ahead of himself.
I never thought I'd witness something. No, let me rephrase. I'd hear something like that with my own ears. It happened in a radio studio. Oh, really good model. They were broadcasting to the whole country when the DJ had a funny turn. There were 5 suspects, one of whom we hadn't identified. But despite the lack of information, we began investigating, and we knew for certain what we saw with. No, I've done it again. What we heard with our own ears. The DJ's swan song.
Sniffers sent his report over. The radio presenter is indeed dead.
By heck! So we're all real then. I'm surprised it took them so long to confirm it.
The broadcast was at rush hour, unfortunately. Blues had some difficulties getting to the scene. Investigations are ongoing, but I'll tell you what we know thus far.
I'm all ears, Prof. As ever.
The incident took place inside the recording studio of a national radio station. The presenter of the show was airing at the time goes by the name Dwight Dredd.
Dwight Dredd, victim, 48 male, a DJ who died while on air, a popular radio host with a deep, rich voice and a lively personality who was equally well liked among his colleagues, but his spending habit often landed him in trouble.
2 people were in the studio from the outset, the show's producer and the sound man. Just before going on air, a tea lady from the radio station cafeteria came into the studio with some drinks.
But she didn't linger, eh? She left after she dropped off the drinks.
After that, Dredd, the presenter, came into the studio along with a young singer and a manager.
So now we're talking about when they were actually went on air then.
As the show started, the guest singer gave the presenter a gift of confectionery.
Aye, I'm more than a bit curious about what was in the gift.
But before Dredd had a chance to sample the offering, something came in on the studio's fax machine. It was a handwritten note that read, "I'll be the death of you."
Gosh, sends shivers down your spine, doesn't it?
Believing the fax to be some sort of joke, Dredd continued with the show.
Alright, well, you would, wouldn't you?
However, no sooner had Dredd put one of his guest treats into his mouth than he started having difficulty breathing and collapsed on the floor. Understandably worried, the director called for a transmission break. He then sent the soundman to call for the emergency services.
What are these 2 fits? What are these 2 looks? They're a little, you know.
Anyway, about 20 minutes later, the police and an ambulance crew arrived at the scene, almost simultaneously. However, Dredd was already dead.
Yeah, we just started the next one. Hello. 20 minutes? That's a count on rush hour traffic you mentioned, eh?
Yes, the radio station is very central. In rush hour, that's about how long you'd expect it to take, and no one respects emergency vehicles.
That's too long, that is. Poor bloke.
And that really is all we know about the course of events at this point in time. So let's think about our suspects. Oh god.
Ah, here we've got. Nice, Hannah. Hello, Colby.
There are 5 of them. The first, young guest on the show, singer Dolly Holiday.
Dolly Holiday, suspect, 22, female, a sultry singer and guest on the show. Making an appearance on Dread's show to promote her latest album, her fine figure and suggestive dancing distract from her appalling singing voice.
It was her gift that Dread put into his mouth just moments before he began to struggle to breathe.
Struggle to breath? Whatever. Alright, that's more than a little fishy if you ask me. My money's on that lass.
Second is Holiday's manager, Melody Smith.
Melody Smith, suspect, 43, female, a talent agent, had a history with Dread. Holiday's manager, present with her since her client with whom she was at constant loggerheads was a guest on the show, an old acquaintance of Dread's.
Apparently, she was an old friend of the deceased.
Oh, hi. Just a coincidence, do you think?
Third, the director of the show, Mike DeBonaire.
Boo. Mike DeBonaire, suspect, 45, male, the radio show's director, longtime partner of Dread's. Partner? And creator and director of his show. An affable man, but known to have quarreled with the victim over money matters. Partner?
There's nothing obviously suspicious about his involvement, though his relationship with Dread was stormy.
Relationship? Which would give him a good motive, eh?
Four, the sound man, Mr. Randall Mann.
Randall Mann. Randall Mann, suspect, 32, male, the radio show's sound man, a former musician turned sound technician, a handsome man who enjoys, with striking features, who enjoys cross-dressing and high heels, liked to flirt with the victim. So, like, me being like, wow, his outfit is a little bit, you know, just a little bit fruity. Yeah. Happy Pride.
He was the one who went to call the ambulance, which does put him under a certain amount of
Suspicion? Why? Someone had to call the ambulance. Calling an ambulance is not inherently suspicious. If someone collapses and is struggling to breathe, someone calling an ambulance is not weird. Aye. Oh, because they took them so long. Got it. Aye, really hard to believe that emergency services could have taken that long to get there.
And finally, there's the tea lady from the cafeteria who brought the drinks.
Tea lady. Suspect? Question mark. Female. A radio station tea lady now missing. A part-time employee at the radio station cafeteria who hasn't been seen since taking an order of drinks into the studio where the incident occurred.
She appears to be missing. No one has seen or heard of her since she delivered drinks to the studio.
You sure? Prof, that's it then, surely. She's the killer, and she's done a run-up. I also think it's very, so real JFK, so real. Happy Pride.
Certainly not an unlikely hypothesis. However, we don't know enough yet about her yet. We need to see what our enquiries turned up on her first.
Oh no. It's too fishy for my liking.
So those are the suspects.
We were right in the middle of the show, and the DJ just suddenly looked like he couldn't breathe or something. I didn't do anything, do you know what I mean? What does it mean? What does it all mean?
Dolly didn't do anything.
I was watching her the whole time. I bet this is a plot by someone who's trying to slow my girl down. They're all jealous.
I ran straight over to Dwight to see if he was alright, but I couldn't find a pulse, so I told Randall to go fetch help. It was the tea lady who brought the drinks in. I don't know her myself, but I must say I did hear she and Dwight were united. Not that I ever saw them, you know. After Dwight collapsed, Mike barked at me to go and call emergency services. I was all aflutter. I didn't go back to the studio until the police arrived. We certainly don't have much to go on at this stage.
Why are there so many gays in this case? Gays in radio, I guess. Are there gays in radio?
But what's your hunch? Who do you think did it?
I see. You're gonna make me have a stab at it, even though you admit we don't have enough info yet.
Of course, aren't I always telling you how important it is to pay attention to your intuition? So let's hear it, and then we'll get down to the real detective work.
Fuck, I don't fucking know. Usually I investigate the crime scene, but I'm kind of finding that it's like not necessary to do at the beginning, and it does just kind of slow us down. So I wonder if I should just identify a random killer that I'm not really committed to and then just continue the game. I guess that ruins the fun of trying to solve it myself though, so let's just investigate, whatever.
Okay, let's investigate the scene of the crime then.
I like how I talked myself into doing it and then immediately out of doing it. Start investigating. Leather chair. A chair covered in durable leather oozes quality in the blah blah. Who gives a shit about the chair? Sofa. A sofa used by staff and guests. It appears there's been a while. Doesn't look too comfortable. Shame. Dividing glass, a small window, making it possible to see what's happening in the recording studio. It's a single piece of glass that cannot be opened or closed. Director's mic, a microscope, a microphone for use by the director when he wants to tell the DJ something it doesn't appear to have much use. Mixing desk, a machine for controlling audio levels and playing tracks in excellent state of repair. Studio door, a very thick and heavy looking door. It has extremely good sound insulating properties. Just make you try to miss anything on the outside. Corpse. The body of DJ Dwight Dredd. Cause of death, poisoning. The powerful neurotoxin would have induced death in seconds. There are no signs of external injury. Handkerchief. A very brightly colored yellow handkerchief. Written on it in Dredd's writing is the phrase, "Well, surprised?" Well, surprised. The wig worn by the victim is a cheap pin-on type and easily dislodged. However, the thick and heavy dreadlocks don't look like a wig at all. Spilt tea. The contents of Dredd's cup of tea spilled on the studio floor found to contain traces of the same neurotoxin that was identified in Dredd's blood. Well, that blows a few of my theories out of the water. Toppled chair. The chair that Dredd was sitting in during his last show. It toppled after Dredd fell off it. The teacup Dredd was meant to be drinking from broken into pieces upon impact with the floor. Only Dredd's fingerprints were lifted from the porcelain. Window. A soundproof window that looks straight out into the neighborhood building. Only a grimy gray wall is visible. On the day in question, the window is locked. Fax machine. A rather antiquated fax machine that can be heard operating during radio broadcasts from the studio. Microphone. The microphone used to capture the sounds inside the studio. It is mounted on a flexible arm and easy to move close to whoever's talking at the time. Macaroon. A colorful collection of macaroons from a popular confectioner. No traces of poison were found in the one half eaten by Dredd. Request sheet. A song request faxed in from a listener. It reads, "I'll be the death of you" in handwritten script and is signed Angel O' Death. Kind of a slay name. Microphone. Tea. The tea that Holiday was drinking, it is heavily sweetened with sugar. No traces of any kind of poison have been found. Chair. A fancy pop art style chair in yellow. This is where Holiday was sitting. Calendar. This year's calendar adorned with pictures of beaming bikini-clad women. It's pristine with not a memo or other mark on it. Cool. I have no fucking clue other than, like, the tea lady seems too obvious. So then the question is, who ordered the tea? But like, let's just say the tea lady for now. I don't know.
Interesting. Why?
Poison must have been in his drink. And in any way, the last is banished, right? Though there's no question in my mind, she's the one.
True, the tea lady is very suspicious. Unfortunately, with her missing, we can't call her into question.
Aye, I know.
So let's put it to one side for the minute and consider the other options. Out of them, I believe the most likely culprit to be Dolly Holiday.
Give over. You don't really think she did it, do you?
Actually, let's see.
Loser moments. Oh, that's not good.
43.6% sure of it.
That's a low fucking guess for you, sir. That's rubbish. That's less than 50%.
Yes, well, there are simply too many pieces of the puzzle missing at this point. So,
Ah, it's not much of a number to go on, is it? Doesn't exactly inspire confidence, Prof. Pathetic number. Loser number. Lame.
no, it's very weak conjecture, but still, there are a number of questions I'd like to ask Mrs. Holiday. After all, she was right next to Dredd when he collapsed.
Oh, I see. That's it, is it? Right, well, I suppose I best go and see if I can get in touch with... I love how these people just fucking show up. They're just like, hello, I heard you were putting my vibes into the universe and I've been summoned by them. Yeah, Alfendi's gonna get a bad grade in Inspector. A thing that is normal to want, impossible to achieve.
Is this the mystery room or was?
Miss Holiday, what are you doing here?
One of your detective fellows told me to come in, didn't I? A right little so-and-so he was. He threatened me, you know. Said he'd pinch me and check me elbows if I didn't come in.
Oh, right. Sounds like a detective sergeant. How? What?
Yes, he's very sharp.
Ed, that's the phone. Healy's away.
So, what you got lot to get up to here then? Anything special? This is a special division of Scotland Yard where we investigate especially heinous crimes. Look, I don't know what's going on, but at the end of the day, all I want to know is if you're arresting me or not. No, we merely wish to ask you a few questions to help us with the speedy resolution of the case. Oh no, officer. I never speed. That's ever so dangerous. I always stick to the speed limit, me. Let me try to explain. You are our witness who's seen Miss Holiday.
Prof, message from Sniffer. He says she's the one. Squeeze the canary till she squeals by his precise words. Oh, you know how he is.
Hang on. That's not what you just told me, is it?
Have I said something wrong?
Allow me to reassure you. In truth, yes, you are under suspicion of perpetrating this crime. However, no one is yet concluded you are indeed guilty. Would you be so kind as to cooperate with our investigation so as to clear your name?
Huh. What if I have to? I've got better things to do with my time there. Know what I mean? I think I came in halfway through something there. Still looks like you've managed to calm it down. Now, oops, my bad.
Okay then. So, first let's examine the body, shall we? We need to investigate the poison that induced death. I'm also particularly interested in the song request sheet that the victim read out moments before his death.
Right then, let's get down to business. I won't make the joke. I think I've made it previously. So there's no need, really.
So, where shall we start?
Let's talk about the body, shall we?
Miss Holiday, you actually saw the victim die right before your eyes, didn't you? If there's anything at all that you would notice that seemed out of the ordinary, please do tell us.
Yeah, whatever. I suppose I can try to remember. Girl, it was like an hour ago. It was like at most a few hours ago, bestie. Investigate the body. Corpse. Mrs. Blah, blah, blah. This is Mr. Dread's corpse here.
The cause of death was poison. That's beyond dispute.
What on earth that thing on the floor next to him? It looks disgusting.
Sorry, what are you referring to?
You know, that shaggy Watson there.
Wig.
This is sus. This is sus. It's a wig, prof. I always thought his hair were a bit too, well, healthy for his age and all them photos you see of him.
No doubt part of portraying no doubt all part of portraying a young image to increase his popularity. Perhaps he needed to optimize. Do you think?
What? Even on the radio? Wow, I had no idea he wore a setup.
You had no idea. But didn't you see it come off?
No, I saw him die, but he managed to keep his hair on for that. The wig never came off while I was there. Are you absolutely sure about that, Miss Holiday? I'm not going to forget something as shocking as that in a hurry, am I? Know what I mean?
If what you say is true, that implies that somebody took Mr. Dread's wig off after he died.
Who would do something like that, eh? That's so hateful.
Oh no!
This is 10 p.m. sleepies. Not the 10 p.m. sleepies. Okay.
We lack the information to answer that at the present. So let's turn our attention to another matter for now. Seems they found traces of the poisonous substance used to kill Dread at the scene. Can you figure out where?
Leave it to me, Prof. I already know. Boop. There's traces of the poison in the tea here.
As no other traces were found on the scene, we can assume that Dread was killed by poisoned tea.
That's not what happened at all. No, he died after he ate my macaroons, didn't I? Didn't I?
How is she? Macaroons, you say? You see, what do we know about these macaroons?
Let's see. Yeah, here we are. Macaroons, the victim were eaten on. Here's the file.
Well, this is a little odd. No trace of poison was found in any of the macaroons.
What are you on about? This is like the most suspicious shit she could be saying, right? I saw it with my own eyes. He started coughing and that straight after he put the macaroon in his mouth. To be honest, he never actually took one sip of that tea.
Are you quite sure?
Personally, I think honesty is one of the most important virtues, so I wouldn't lie, you know what I mean?
Sorry, I'm rubbing my eyes and thinking.
Rotating it in my brain. So originally, before we only found poison in the tea, I was thinking there was a chance that like multiple people had tried to poison him at once, which would be kind of funny. One of my options, even though it didn't make any sense, was that somehow he got poisoned from the paper, but that truly makes no sense. But I am leaving it as an option in case, you know, who knows with this game. They melted a knife. And then another one that, admittedly I'm kind of stealing from Glass Onion was that he was just allergic, but they did say he was poisoned. But the reason I was thinking with that was because macarons, that's the one, right? Let me Google cookies real quick. What fucking cookies are these? Because macarons, the French ones, are what they look like. That only has one O. Macaroons look completely different and they're not colorful. I'll have to go back to the evidence later. Because do they fuck up what the cookies are? Anyway, what I'm going to say is I'm pretty sure both of them are made of almonds or almond flour. I don't think I can have either of them. So that was my other option, was the guy just had a fucking allergic reaction. You know? There's a chance. There's a chance.
That would put you firmly at the top of the list of suspects, Miss Holiday. After all, you're the one who brought to Mr. Dredd the aforementioned macaroons, are you not?
What? I'm not going behind bars, am I? We're talking about murder, Miss Holiday. You're definitely going to go to prison for it. Hi. But I don't really like prison. You know what I mean? You don't like it, you say? Hang on a minute. Because it must have been Melody who did this. How's Miss Smith suddenly involved in all this? Well, no disrespect or nothing. But it was actually my manager who actually... Oh, it was my manager who actually purchased... Who actually part-chased the macaroons for me. Part-chased? Part-chased? Is that a different language? Nope. Part-chased? Oh, I? Yeah, to be honest, I don't know nothing about the poison, so at the end of the day, it must have been her. You want to arrest her quick, you know? She's well scary. It definitely was supposed to be purchased, but I was trying to figure out if part-chased was a thing or not, and I don't know if it is. Always telling me what to do and what not to do. She is. I hate the miserable old witch. Ma'am, that's what managers do. That they manage you. I'm afraid, Miss Holiday, we can't very well go around arresting anyone and everyone you don't much like.
Just a moment, there's something we need to clear up here. Presumably, at the point when you gave Mr. Dredd the macaroons, they were unopened.
Of course they were. They were a gift, weren't they?
So the poison would need to have been added after the wrapping was removed, sometime during the show. In other words, in full view of the victim, in other words.
It part-chased? Maybe it was an accent thing. Weird one, though. But obviously, it isn't what happened. It would have been totally impossible. So, then we're back to thinking he was poisoned by his cuppa then, aren't we? This has been a very confusing portion. But the tea lady that brought it into him has vanished in thin air.
At this stage, the one thing we can be sure of is that the tea holds the key to this entire case. We should make sure we investigate the teacup as well as the tea it contained.
Right away, Prof. Yeah. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Hold on. This is driving me insane. Sorry, I need to show you because I need to explain why I feel like I'm going nuts. No, that doesn't work. Sorry.
this for a second. So, I swear, I feel like I'm going nuts. So, this here, these are what, she brought him. This is what she brought him, because they're colorful, and they're little sandwiches, and it looks like little sandwiches. You can't tell super, but like, here, you can kind of tell. But, I am so confused. I guess maybe they just messed up which ones they meant. Someone just like didn't translate it right. Was this originally in Japanese? I can't remember. Somebody just, that's like not what's on screen, you know? I'm pretty sure both are made with almond though. Sorry, this is bothering me so much. So, anyway. Thanks for nothing. Layton Brothers Mystery Room. Thanks for nothing. Anyway. Anyway, now that I feel a little less nuts, but not awesome. Ding! This teacup's had it, didn't it? Had it then. Bleh.
Presumably it fell to the floor when the victim collapsed.
That's a puck of royal trout and teacup, that is. Chopped quality. They cost a bomb. What a waste. We got some fingerprints of it too, Prof, but that's about it.
There's something strange about this teacup, Lucy.
Really? What?
Let's see if you can figure it out.
Maybe where it fell? I can't see it anymore to like make it. Nope, not that one.
No, that's not what I was thinking.
I have something very strange to say. The way it broke? Is it the fingerprints? I'm sorry. Oh, it's the prints. There's no fingerprints from the tea lady that brought the drinks. I was thinking that, but for some reason it didn't occur to me that that's what they wanted to know.
Precisely. I'm glad you noticed it, Lucy. It took you forever. Almost certainly someone wiped the fingerprints off from the cup after it was brought into the studio.
No disrespect to you, but does anyone give a monkeys? I mean, at the end of the day, you can't know who wiped them off, right?
Miss Holiday is quite right. There's little point in continuing on this line of investigation at the moment.
Right then, I'll poke my nose in somewhere else.
While on air, the victim received a request for a song entitled I'll Be the Death of You.
To be honest with you, I nearly had a heart attack when he keeled over.
Seems highly likely. Whoa.
Seems highly likely
It was the killer that sent the request through, eh?
the killer.
Let's examine the fact sheet the request was written on and see what we can deduce.
This is gonna drive me insane.
Here's the
Here's a request sheet, Prof. Just none of them know what a macaron is. Like, they just don't know. No one in this universe knows.
I'm afraid it doesn't look very promising. On the note.
Really caught on in the US, but the UK continues? Really? Oh, that's wild. I feel like they talk about it on the Great British Bake Off. Sometimes.
Maybe they don't.
That sounds fucking confusing.
Well, It allows us to confirm that it really was sent during the broadcast, at least.
Here, I'll make a tweet. Hey UK folks, do you use Macron or just macaroon for both types of cookies? Thanks.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. I saw it when I came in, didn't I? So the killer was at the end of the line then?
Quite possibly. Let's examine the fax machine and see what we can deduce. Deduce.
Fax machine.
This is it, Prof. The request sheet that was sent through this fax machine here. Looks like a regular machine to me. No signs of jiggery pokery.
The sender's details are still present by the looks of it. Have a sniffer find out where it was sent from.
Will do, Prof. Speed away.
We're still some way from being able to identify the culprit.
Let's say it was Melody and be done with it, okay? End of. We can't do that.
Let's go over what we already know. First of all, where was the poison that killed the victim found?
Oh my god, dude. You just did this. The poison will end the tea. Prof, we did this 5 minutes ago. You feeling alright? How many times have I got to tell you? The bloke never touched his tea. It can't have been the tea that killed him. I gotta say, Prof, I don't think she's lying about this.
Me neither. It's a very curious discrepancy.
I stand by. Either he had a reaction, which you would be able to tell, I think. So maybe just multiple people tried to poison him.
And not the only one either. There's another Miss Holiday's statement, if you remember.
Someone added the toxins to the tea afterward?
What's the evidence that contradicts that statement?
Somebody added, someone came in and messed with the crime scene and they added the toxins to the tea afterward? Would that be what happened?
Victim's wig right on his head. According to Miss Holiday, he still had the wig on when she last saw him, which was after he died. Yeah, I'm 110% about that.
This must just be how she talks. Percents, part chase, or whatever it was. This must just be her thing.
There's no way I could have missed it if he didn't have his hair on. Know what I mean?
I don't believe Miss Holiday is lying.
Nor do I. But who'd be that nasty that they do something like that to someone who
Yep, that'll be that's the telephone. It'll be Sniffer, I bet.
I'll take it, Lucy. I've got a number of questions.
So, how old are you then?
I'm 22.
You're joking. I'm 22. Talk about 1 in a million.
Hi. Amazing. And that's important because... Does this game really want me to ship them? Is that what's happening? This is the second witness to do this. Or suspect to do this. Do they just really want me to ship these two? Because, I don't. I feel bad if I'm supposed to. I just am not getting that vibe from the two of them. I'm sorry. The vibe isn't necessarily there for me. They definitely come off as, just like co-worker buddies who like bother each other like a lot sometimes. I think she could bother him a lot. I think he could do it in return. Just like irritating each other in the workplace. But like I'm not getting a romance vibe. They're not doing a great job of it if that's what they wanted. I mean, I guess I could see it. I just like, maybe it's because I see so little about, like, they don't interact much outside of the cases yet. So there's like, she's like, I guess I have to care that he had a moment, but like that's kind of all I've got to go on is like they work together. And she was like, I guess I should check on him because he passed the fuck out after going into evil mode. It's just not like maybe later on I'll get more of like a deeply dependent on each other. But even that, so far I'm not like, oh, I can see these two being like real close. Maybe that's something happens in the later cases, because so far I'm just like, maybe she asks him out to like go to drinks with everyone else because everyone's going to a bar and he's like, no, I don't feel like it. I don't want to be around people. And she's like, cool, see you tomorrow. That's the vibe I'm currently getting. Where we're currently at in this video game.
So, what's the score with you and Inspector Whitey? You going out?
Not likely. Give over.
Oh, sorry. But he's not a bad guy. But that white gown's a bit of a disaster. I don't know what he's on about half the time. To be honest, I think he might be a bit funny in the head. I can't deny the coast bit well. But the prof can see the heart of any case, just like that. There's not many fellows that can match that. Oh, I get it. You fancy him, but he isn't into you, is it?
That is not at all of the vibe. She's like, well, he's smart. He's good at his job. And she's like, ooh. It's very like... I'm sure I believe you when you say the game is like, does like a little bit better later. But this is very like, everyone at at like recess in grade school is asking you who your crush is, and you're like, I don't have one. And they're like, but who do you have a crush on? And you're like, I don't have a crush. I don't have a crush. And so they just decide like a guy that you have interacted with is the guy you have a crush on. It's too loud now? Oh, well. I don't really know where to put this. Is this too quiet? Is this better? Is this worse? Okay. Oh, give over. It's no such thing.
Don't worry, your secret's safe with me. I'm the height of discretion. I'll try and talk you up, alright?
Please don't.
To be honest, I agree with you. I think an older man's better at the end of the day, more mature in that.
I keep telling you, there's no between us.
Sounds like you two are having fun. I don't know.
Fun is not the word, Prof.
Well, anyway, some new information has come to light. The song request fax was sent from inside the studio itself.
No, how's that possible?
One of our chaps sent a check out straight away, and he found the tea lady's body there.
Huh? What's this? Something happened, has it? We're talking about the same tea lady that went missing? The one who brought the tea?
Yes.
So we've got 2 unsolved murders on our hands now, then?
Actually, no.
Oh, thank God.
Huh?
What? According to the officer on the scene, there's evidence that the tea lady was indeed Dred's killer.
What kind of evidence? Come on, Prof, spill the beans.
Firstly, that they found the song request fact sheet that was sent to Mr. Dredd next to her body. Handwriting analysis has already confirmed it was the tea lady who wrote it.
Handwriting analysis is bullshit. Oh.
And on top of that, they found the poison with her too. The same poison used to kill Mr. Dredd.
So, what are you saying then exactly?
As I explained, the tea lady was the one who brought the tea that the victim drank. In other words, the tea lady was Dwight Dredd's killer.
But if she were the killer, how come she's wound up dead now? You know what this is, don't you? It was suicide. At the end of the day, she's done herself in, hasn't she?
It turns out the tea lady was a huge fan of DJ Dee Dee. The theory is they must have had some kind of argument that sparked this all off.
What? She kills him because she liked him that much? Yeah, I bet that's it. It's a proper case for hero worship, eh? Aye.
Well, anyway, the case is closed.
Oh, so I can go home now, can I? Terrific.
Yes, you're free to go. Thank you for your cooperation.
All right then. Well, see you, darling. No, there's something niggling me. Well, I can't not get enough of me, eh? I do have that effect on people. Happy Pride. No! Niggling me about the case. Thank you, Ms. Holiday. You really can go now. Ta-ra! See ya. She's like, I'll call you.
So that's wrapped up then. So that's wrapped up then. You can go home early if you'd like, Lucy.
Prof, there's definitely something not right there. I mean, there's a gaping hole between the evidence at the scene and Miss Holiday's statement.
Well, nevertheless, the case is now closed. But actually, there's something I was hoping to get done, so we shall pick this up again tomorrow, shall we?
Alright then, Prof. If you're about to have an episode, remember, you've got to take your vitamins afterward. Don't forget. Vitamin D supplements are very important. No, it's not right. Something's definitely amiss. Well, if the prof's off, I suppose I'll just have to figure this out on my own. Oh, Prof!
Ah, Lucy, did you forget something?
No, it's just, I can't get this case out of my head. I thought maybe if I had another look at the scene, I might be able to figure something out.
You're not just willing to let it go,
Anyway, what are you up to, Prof?
Just a bit of investigating for fun.
For fun? Yep. That's why this tea lady last were bumped off, isn't it?
Yes, although I can't reproduce the entire scene now because the case has been closed.
I knew it. I knew you wouldn't be able to let it go either, Prof.
As it happens, I uncovered some evidence to support Holiday's statement.
So, what's this evidence you found that backs up Holiday's statement then, Prof?
Well, Lucy, do you remember what was broadcast, what we were listening to together?
Aye, I think I can remember the gist of it.
The evidence is in the transmission itself. I've managed to borrow a recording from the studio. Listen carefully to this now. We've got a very special guest in the studio today. People, it's the drop-dead gorgeous Miss Dolly Holiday.
Alright, it's terrific to be on the show. Here, I brought you something that ever so tasty.
Wow, thanks, Dolly.
Fax machine noises.
That sounds like a fax coming in already. So our first request this morning is from, Miss Angelo Death. I'll be the death of you. Whoa, sounds like someone wants to turn DJ Dwight Dredd into DJ Dwight Dead.
Don't you go dying on me, Dwight. I'd never live it down.
Well, if I'm about to sign off for the last time ever, allow me to try one of your mouth-watering offerings first. That hit the spot. Name crash wallop.
Hi? What's going on?
Dwight, are you all right? Let's go into an ad break. Come on, quickly.
The Grand Fair sale is now on. No store has more for less, so get down to Daysbridge today.
Well,
Holidays laying it on too thick.
well, maybe, but never mind that.
It just struck me, that's all.
Okay, but ignoring that, there's a blatant discrepancy between the radio show and the scene of the crime. Can you get it?
Can I get it? Boom, wall of crash. Mike came in.
I see. And what's the discrepancy between that and what we heard on the radio?
Is it? Sorry, my brain is like not remembering things enough for. Sorry about this. They're so tasty. Wow, thanks. The fax comes in. Angel o' death. I'll be the death of you. Don't. Munch, munch, gulp, hit the spot. Try using some different edits. Dang, wall of crash. I don't know. Am I like missing something? Can you guys tell me if I'm missing something? Crash, but something's missing. Bang, wallop, crash. I don't. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. No, I can't figure it out. Dude, I'm running out of fucking evidence to show. Is it still the mic? Just like... Because I tried that the first time, but I clicked the wrong thing. Maybe in a minute. I feel very lost. I feel very stupid. Wall of crap. What's at odds with the recording? Sir, I'm almost out of evidence to select. What do you want from me? No, I can't, dude. Did I not already do this one? I didn't do this one? I must have just done the tea. Oh my god. I must have done the tea and not the cup. Jesus Christ. Oh, god damn it. There were a broken teacup at the scene of the crime, but no sound of a cup breaking on air. Precisely. You can clearly hear when Dredd collapsed from his chair, and yet there's no sound of a cup breaking. So the teacup didn't break during the show you made. So certainly, it's increasingly clear that his holiday statement is true. Dredd never drank tea. If he had, it's highly likely he'd have dropped the cup and broken the cup of the poison into his bloodstream. Okay. So his holiday statement holds a bona fide truth. Well, in that case, when he did drink the poison when the cup break, if my hypothesis was correct, Dredd was given poison after the show went off the air. Yeah, what you mean? The broadcast had finished, you mean? Yes, quite probably. So if they collapsed during the show when it went on air, you would have the poison after that. You got me flummoxed now, Prof. So it collapsed on air after eating the macaroon given in by Holiday, that's the point. I am sure, and I'm getting further and further from it. Well, why did we do some investigation in that area? There's a clear discrepancy between the scene we see here and the state of the studio just after the show. It poses the question of why Dredd became physically distressed to eat the macaroon. Why weren't eating a perfectly normal macaroon do that to him when he didn't have his tea? Quite. He hadn't any poison at all, yet everyone around him mistakenly believed he died. Maybe Masaki was just putting it on and pretending to die somehow. That's exactly what I'm thinking. There's actually existing evidence at the scene that supports the idea that he was faking his own death. Let's see if you can find it. I want to get through this. Especially since I assume we have an entire confrontation still. And those take me fucking forever.
Oh wait, it's...
It's not this hanky, is it?
See what it says, well, surprised.
By heck! He just pretended to die. He was going to use this hanky to show we're all a big joke.
Right, Dredd was trying to play a practical joke on holiday and everyone else in the studio, so he made it look like he was in pain as soon as he took a bite of the macaroon. However, after he pretended to collapse, however, he drank the poison tea and really did die.
Must have hit that poison to go to him. He would have killed over with a bare wall of bear. That must have been when he dropped the cup and it broke off, and when his wig fell off her.
It's an absurd ending to the whole affair, but there's a considerable chance this is what happened.
A considerable chance. It's more like a dead cert, if you ask me.
Greatly narrowed down the possible suspects.
Do you know who done it now, Prof? Do you?
I have someone in mind. But before we pick out the culprit, let's just take some time to investigate the death of the tea lady.
Oh, I've been itching to look at this.
So let me tell you in on the tea lady who was found dead. Her name was a nice brewer.
Dude, it's too late for this.
Okay. She worked at the radio station cafeteria.
Annis Brewer. I'm gonna say with Annis.
Victim 18, female. A tea lady who died in the storeroom. A part-time employee at the radio station cafeteria and a huge fan of DJ DD's captivating voice.
She was a huge fan of Dredd, and several people can say they remember seeing the pair chatting at times.
Were they involved then? Because, ew.
We have reason to believe they were, yes, although there's little evidence to actually back that up.
No, Grace. No. Aye, well, with both of them dead, there's no one who can tell us for sure, I suppose.
Now let's turn our attention to the room where Brewer's body was discovered. It was a storeroom not a minute's walk from the studio.
Right next to it, what? Telling. No one can look for shit in this building, apparently. You thought she was missing, she was in the next room over.
It seems the storeroom was just that, and the staff rarely had cause to go inside.
And yet no one thought, maybe we should check every room. You'd think. You'd fucking think.
Although it's apparently kept unlocked, though, so anyone can get in there should they want to.
So, Brewer went in there to hide after she took the drinks to the studio.
That seems most probable.
What we need to figure out then is what went on in that room.
I've managed to obtain additional statements from all the suspects about their movements after Dredd's death. Have a look over them, Lucy.
Will do, Prof.
I called emergency services after Mike told me so. After that, I was with one of the security guards the whole time, waiting for the police. He was just my type.
Good for you. That's all the new information we have at this stage. We have Randall saying, I hung out with a security guard and he was kind of cute. And that's it. That's the additional information. Happy Pride, Randall.
So, I can finally have a look in this storeroom then, can I?
Did everyone else give it, or did they just not, and they only showed me Randall's, or Randall was the only one to tell me shit?
He never touched his tea. Must have been Melody that killed him, yeah. And we're jealous. Oh, wait, here we go. Here we go. Melody said, after Dwight collapsed, the VIT director told us to leave the studio, go to the waiting room. I was with Dolly the whole time. We didn't go anywhere else.
After Dwight collapsed, I was left alone with him in the studio. I didn't want to just leave his dead body there all alone. I mean, how could I?
Very suspicious, Mike de Bonaire.
He was just my type.
I'm glad he told us. Thank you for the representation.
The question really is whether Brewer committed suicide or was murdered. Let's see for ourselves, shall we?
I mean,
did Brewer commit suicide or was she murdered? We need to figure out which it was.
alright, well, where do we start as I finish this really watered down lemonade?
drinking this. There are two pieces of evidence that led to Dred's death. I clicked too fast. Firstly, the song request written in Brewer's handwriting, and secondly, the poison used to kill Dred. I suggest we started looking at both of them. Sounds like a plan. Now I've added the storeroom to the crime scene reconstruction. Just tap the door in the studio to go in. The door in the studio. Okay, sounds simple enough. Yes, so let's get started. Yes, because I have to finish this fucking game. No. Pen. On which Brewer's non-permanent pen. A fax machine. A speaker. Song request. Selection of sweets that have blah blah. A cabinet full of old papers filed by date. Corpse. The dead body of Annis Brewer. Cause of death, poisoning. It's exactly the same poison as that found in Dred's blood. There are no signs of external injuries. Note. The words Farad's sale are scrawled on the back of the victim's left hand. It's written in non-permanent ink, so it must be fairly recent. So that could be evidence that she did not kill herself because she wanted to go to the sale. Coffee in a paper cup that was purchased from a drinks machine inside the station. Traces of the poison that killed Brewer and Dred have been found inside. Tiny glass shards. Broken glasses with traces of poison identified as the same substance for both victims. This is the container of poison before it was smashed. Okay, I'm all done. There's no question it's Brewer's handwriting on the song request sheets. And the poison's the same stuff that we used to kill Dred without a shadow of a doubt. Can't deny it seems pretty likely that she did do him in. It's too soon to draw any conclusions, Lucy. I find the broken glass container that contained the poison a little curious. That was bothering me too. It looks like it was smashed with some considerable force. Its original shape was beyond recognition. There's no saying what folks would do when there's unrequited love involved, Ref. I dare say there's a good reason for it, yes. Anyway, let's see if there's any evidence to suggest foul play. Alright, let's have a look. Do you think this note she wrote in her hand might be a clue about summer? It's obviously something she'd only just written. I wonder what Farad's sale means. I already know, buddy. Hey, Prof, remember the ad they played on the radio after what happened on the show? That's what it was. It were an advert for the big sale on at Farad's. Ah, of course. Brewer must have heard the advertisement and made a note of it on her hand. That must be it. Well, that would tell us something, wouldn't it? Like, she didn't see death coming. Brewer must have been thinking she'd go to the Farad sale, and thinking it while she were in the room. So, she can't have any clue that she were about to die then, can she? No, she can't. Just to be sure, let's find out when that advertisement was aired. It's possible she made the note on another occasion. I'll go make the necessary inquiries straight away, Prof. Super fast. I got the answer, Prof. That was unbelievably quick, Lucy. Do you teleport? Investigating's all about speed, I say. I wear my Heelys everywhere. Anyway, it turns out that there were the very first time that ad had ever aired. It's undeniable. Brewer was murdered. Was she an accomplice of the real killer then, do you think? He'll just shut her up or something. What do you think? I don't think Brewer went on it, actually. She left the song request fax just lying about in full view. Not to mention all them sweet rappers. She doesn't seem to have been that bothered, really. Not what you'd expect of a killer. An excellent deduction. I couldn't agree more. There's
too much evidence left behind in this room. If she'd known about the plan to kill Dredd, she would have been tidier. She wouldn't have wanted to get caught. In all likelihood, I imagine Dredd approached Brewer. He would have told her of his plans for a great practical joke and asked her to help him.
Oh, that makes sense. That's why she was totally unfazed of hearing Dredd collapse and making notes about sales in shops.
Exactly.
So the real killer used Brewer without her even knowing about it to kill our absolute idol of all people.
Yes, a contemptible trick indeed, even for a murderer.
So who were it then? Who's behind all this?
I believe I know who it was.
Do you?
Yes, Brewer's killer and Dredd's killer were one and the same. I expect you've figured it out by now, haven't you, Lucy? So who's the real culprit in this case?
Haha. Long-time partner. Interesting partner. Must have been the director, Mike de Bonaire. He's the only one who could have been in the right place at the right time for both murders.
I agree. After Dredd's feigned to death, Holiday and Smith were together the entire time. Man, the sound man, called for help for the other members of staff to contact emergency services. The only suspect who was on their own as events was unfolding is Debonair.
So, it was him then. Found a question.
A little bit of a toxic gay love story. For Pride Month.
Right, I'll go and get someone to bring him in. Healy's away.
Yes, there's no question that Debonair is the culprit. But there's still one final piece of the puzzle missing.
The puzzle.
Oozles.
My god. Okay, we can do this.
There's no question now that Debonair is responsible for the deaths of Dredd and Brewer. Let's get him. Dolly, I'm terribly sorry to have kept...
I don't remember his voice.
Goodness. Where's Dolly?
She's not here.
Well, that's rather strange. She said she wanted to see me. What exactly did you tell this man, Lucy?
I couldn't just get out of him. He and I'd resort us on his holiday if she'd help.
Ah, the little minx. She doesn't know who she's missing.
Allow me to apologise, Mr. Debonair. I have no idea this has gone on.
No, not at all. I can hardly blame your lovely assistant. After all, if a man allows himself to be duped, it's usually for a less than honourable reason.
Accidentally turned my flashlight.
Anyway, I must be getting back.
Just a moment, please, Mr. Debonair. We actually have a few questions we'd like to ask you before this guy over here goes on taking a little hide on us.
Well, it's not often that a pretty young girl wants to chat with an old fogey like me, so why not? But it better be something important enough to warrant dragging me out of bed. Yes, this is an extremely serious matter. It seems you may well be responsible for the deaths of two innocent people, you see.
Who are you people exactly?
I'm Inspector Layton, Serious Crime.
Such a funny name. Serious crime.
I'm Lucy Baker, the inspector's assistant.
Well, goodness gracious me. I thought the police were supposed to protect the public, not trick them into false meetings and the like. And falsely accusing them of murder, too. Dear. No formal accusations have yet been made, Mr. Debonair. Hello. However, the evidence we have strongly suggests that you are guilty. I see. Well, it rather sounds like I'm going to need to stay then. Better will have to wait.
I know, it does.
It's really in your best interest to cooperate with us if only to prove your own innocence. It sounds rather like some kind of cool joke.
Don't see us laughing, do you, Mr. Debonair?
Very well, Inspector Layton, was it?
More like lame man, am I right? Loser.
Layton. Goodness, my apologies. Anyway, before I consent to helping you with your investigation, I have a couple questions of my own. You go ahead. This is what an officer told me in the investigation told me earlier on. He said that the tea girl who poisoned Dwight, and she committed suicide immediately afterward. Are you saying that's not the case, that this officer was mistaken?
No, the tea killer, fucking crazy. The tea lady worked the one who killed Mr. Dredd.
So she was falsely accused. Dear, what an embarrassing mistake for you. Police do rather seem to have lost their edge these days, wouldn't you say?
We always get the truth in the end.
So of course, well, I might be so bold as to venture another question. I heard it was poison that killed poor Dwight. I wonder what was the poison in?
Mr. Dredd were killed by a lace of poison that was put in his tea.
Yes, that's what I heard. Remind me, if you will, who was it that brought Dwight the tea? I'm terribly forgetful these days.
It were a tea lady by the name of a niece brewer who brought the drinks into the studio.
Oh yes, of course, I remember now. Pretty young girl, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, that's right. She brought the tea to Dwight. A tea laced with poison.
Can't be sure that the tea was already contained the poison at that point in time.
Oh, is that so? Well, I'm intrigued. Do tell me then, when was the poison added?
Show were added to the tea after the show. The poison was added to the tea after the show were interrupted.
Well, what an extraordinary idea. Dwight died while the show was still on air, and the poison was covered after. Blamed it.
They made the joke I did, just slower.
I don't wish to cause offense, Inspector Layton, but was your assistant perhaps a little simple, perhaps?
Yikes.
Hi, I've heard that.
And my name is Layton. Not Layton. I heard that a lot in school. Ah, I'm terribly sorry how rude of me. No, Mr. Debonair, what Miss Baker said is absolutely right. The poison was added to the tea after the show was cut short and taken off the air. I'm sure I don't need to spell out to you what that means.
Gay wrongs happening right now.
Sorry to disappoint you, but you've rather completely lost me. This is all rather too fanciful for an old chap like me. Very well, let's take a different tack. Why don't we talk about the game? I assure you in advance of years I may be, but this is all my own head. Mr. Dredd's baby. Ah, I see. Yes, Dwight's wig. Did you notice the victim's wig had fallen off his head? As a matter of fact, I did, yes. Saw the dreadlocked mess fly off the poor man's head as he keeled over onto the floor. That's very strange, because we have another witness's statement that completely contradicts what you say. According to that statement,
When Mr. Dredd collapsed during the show, his wig was definitely still on his head. That's what the witness told us.
the person in question even went so far as to say how shocking it was to see the victim without his wig. Yes, of course. Terribly sorry, you're quite right, I've mixed things up in my head. Yes, when Dwight actually collapsed, it's true, his wig didn't come off. It must have been when I ran over to help him and shook him. I couldn't help myself, I was in a blind panic. That must have been when it happened. I must have shaken his wig off his head. I see. I do apologize for getting so muddled up. I quite understand, Mr. Debonair. People's memories are quite curious things. Yes, quite. there's just one other thing I'd like to double check with you. Did you notice Mr. Dredd drinking his tea at all? Oh, yes, I saw him drink it. Let's see, I'm pretty sure he ate one of the macaroons first. That made him thirsty, and it was when he took a sip of tea that he suddenly looked choked. The rest I can I see. Then it appears we have another discrepancy. You see, we have a statement that tells a whole different story. There's not getting those. I'm just getting
Corn, Mr. Holiday. Mr. Dredd never touched his tea. Know what I mean?
Never been on minks again. Do you really think you can rely on what she tells you? The woman's so liar. What, she even lied to me in order to get me to this meeting, for goodness sake. Or have you conveniently forgotten that little fact already? No, not at all. I've made a mental note of it, and then I threw it in the trash. It wasn't important. Then surely you wouldn't seriously consider taking her word over mine.
I'm true. I'm just. I am almighty. Yeah, that's normal.
Please, Mr. Debonair, there's no need for raised voices. And perhaps we all need to calm down. A spot of radio. Sorry, calm down.
I'm not reading this again. You guys know how this fucking goes. Bang crash wallop. It really is.
This is a recording of the show. This is your idea of a joke. Dwight and I worked together for a great many years, you know. We were partners. Do you really...
Me going off about partners just before they talk about partners.
Do you think I enjoy listening to my partner, no, my friend, suffering over and over again?
Best buddies. Best buddies.
I'm very sorry if this causes you any distress. I will play it again. However, this recording actually proves Miss Holiday's statement is true. I don't understand. Lucy, you care to explain?
Which Sherman supports that Drake didn't drink his tea. No, what the fuck?
Sorry, keep your shirt on. Oh wait, there was no tea crash. Sorry, I already forgot about that. Oopsie. There were a broken teacup at the scene of the crime, but there wasn't even a hint of the sound of china breaking during the recording of the show.
Well, obviously the microphone just didn't pick it up. You apparently don't know very little about radio. Clearly make account for the sound of the victim collapsing. You would expect the noise of a cup smashing to be even more clearly audible. How is this even relevant? It was the tea girl who poisoned his drink, we all know that. Does it really matter whether you can hear the teacup breaking on the recording or not? I mean, I ask you. It matters a great deal. A cup that didn't break is broken.
Inconsistent. Tea?
Woo! We vented into the flies on the floor. It's not that one witness or another failed to spot something. No, the crime scene changed suddenly between the transmission being interrupted and the police arriving. The question then is why? How on earth should I know? I'm debonair. There's Baker and I have come up with an hypothesis. We've speculated that when the victim collapsed during the show, it was in fact pretending to die. Whoa! Don't be absurd, man. I too thought it unbelievable at first, but if you accept that, everything falls into place. You see?
Mr. Trent yourself discussed the idea of such a practical joke before the show. You probably fixed on him drinking some tea and then starting his whole "oh no, I'm dying" bits.
But when it came to the live show, Mr. Dredd improvised a few changes.
Instead of it being the tea that kicked everything off, he went for one of his holidays macaroons. After the performance, once everyone left the studio, Mr. Dredd caught up.
Miss Holiday and Miss Smith would have been on in the waiting room, and Mr. Man had gone to call the police and flirt with security guards, which would leave only one other person in the studio. You, Mr. Deadman.
No doubt you made a fuss over Mr. Dredd and how great he'd been, and you offered him some tea. Tea laced with poison, that is. Poison hit him that bad, he dropped the teacup and smashed it on the floor. And then he crashed to the floor himself, his wig flew off his head.
It were these two minor details that were the cause of the inconsistencies in the scene. Although Mr. Dredd collapsed after eating a macaroon, the poison was found in the tea. Though his wig was still on in his head after he collapsed during the show, it was later found lying on the floor.
Aye, that's the real truth behind the death of DJ Dwight Dredd, and you know it.
Well, it's certainly an imaginary theory, but in the end it's just a theory, a game theory. You don't have a shred of evidence to support your claim that Dwight faked his own death too.
So glad it's the very first one.
Mr. Dredd's hanky is broken.
Good grief, what about taste this bit of rag?
We found this hanky with a handwritten note on it.
What does it say? Well, surprise.
It was this hanky that Mr. Dredd were planning to show to let everyone know they'd been tricked. That's the only logical explanation for the cryptic message he wrote on it.
It would seem you knew nothing about this handkerchief. Yet it was you who proposed the idea of a practical joke to the victim in the first place, no? Rubbish, I don't know anything about it. It must have been the tea girl who tricked Dwight into the idea of a foolish schoolboy prank. She's the one you want.
The tea girl. The tea girl. The tea girl.
You saw the fax she sent, did you? The one with the death threat? Good God, you even found a perfume bottle full of poison next to her, didn't you?
This is the shit they pulled in Pandora's diabolical box. This is the shit they pulled in Pandora's diabolical box with Flora. When she was like, I love the goat. And they were like, what fucking goat? What goat? What goat? How did you know it's a goat? How did you know it's a perfume bottle, bitch? We didn't even know that.
I'm afraid that was a mistake.
Aye. She was dragged into this by you. You asked her to help pull off the so-called practical joke.
Absolutely not. She tricked Dwight, murdered him, then killed herself in a story. She didn't kill herself. We have evidence to prove it.
Wiggle, smile, hey! Miss Brewer made a very interesting note to us. Allow me to read it to you. Barrett's sale, it says.
Well, it rests me now. What damning evidence indeed. Good. I see you've understood the significance of this note. It refers to an advert that was aired for the very first time, straight after the show was interrupted. The note tells us two things. First, Miss Brewer knew from the outset that Mr. Dredd was going to collapse as part of the show.
She was a huge fan of his, so if she really thought he collapsed, she'd never bothered with the ad.
And secondly, she intended to visit Ferrers on the way home and have a look at the sale.
She hardly bothered making a note of the sale if she were about to do herself in.
So you see, we can be fairly confident that Miss Brewer had no intention of committing suicide. Well, it's all very interesting, but let's not forget the woman was a killer. You can't help to understand how such a person thinks, surely. And if she didn't kill Dwight, why did she send that death threat as veiled song of protest? That's you're referring to was another suggestion of yours.
I can hear it now, what you have said to the poor lass. One was to stage an amazing practical joke on the show, and you could really do with your help. You knew she were a huge fan of Mr. Dread on the show. Of course she were going to agree. She would have been that chuffed when you asked her. I bet she wrote that bogus get threat request gladly, didn't she?
I haven't the first idea what you're talking about. After the show, you waited for your chance to slip off to the storeroom where Miss Brewer was waiting. Just like you did with Mr. Dread. You congratulated her on a talk well done and offered her a cup of coffee.
Poor lass had no idea. I bet she were on cloud 9 thinking she'd done so much to help her idol. She should sift the deadly poison. That's the truth of the matter, ain't it, Mr. Depperdale? Mystery solved.
Aha, my goodness, you pair of the most fantastic imaginations. This should be a new radio drama.
Well, how come you're still there? We mashed your alibis, one by one. Your heart exploded.
My dear girl, I'm not about to admit to a crime I did not admit. After all, this whole scenario you've painted is utter fabrication.
No, it's not. I'm trying to get through this before Bozo over here turns all Jekyll and Hyde's on me. He drinks us out of house and home with the orange juice whenever it happens, you know. Really takes a toll on him. He naps for days. We've backed up everything we've said with hard evidence.
No doubt. I suspect, in all likelihood. I've listened patiently from your conjecture for long enough. Now you listen to me. There's abundant and clear evidence that the tea girl killed herself. To start with, there's the handwritten request sheet. However you look at it, that request was a blatant death threat. It makes her intentions crystal clear. Next, there's the perfume bottle full of poison.
Stop saying that. It's so bad for you. I'm just running with this idea that in evil mode it really drains him a lot, so afterward he needs to, it's like it's like when you donate blood and they give you like a juice box and a cookie. So he just has like a stash of like biscuits in his desk and a whole bunch of orange juice. What the fuck am I supposed to call it? No one has given me a better alternative than evil mode, okay? If you can come up, if you have a better solution than evil mode, that's great. I think maybe we said like redhead when he decides to be a redhead. When he, like what? I'm going with going evil mode, okay? They haven't given me anything better to call it. They're just like, oh yeah, the other Alfendi. What if it's funnier if I say he's going evil and then he just has to drink like a lot of orange juice to recover from being a little bit evil? Because fun fact, if you're evil, orange juice can fix you. Orange juice will fix the little bit of evil. You know? When you've had an evil moment, you need to recover, orange juice. So, if you were curious.
The same poison, I hasten to add, that was used to kill Dwight. She was found with that lethal substance in her possession. And if that isn't damning enough, she used the very same poison to kill herself. Finally, there's the fact that the girl was a die-hard fan of Dwight's. Her twisted feelings for the poor man are what led to this tragedy in the first place. Faced with 3 irrefutable pieces of hard evidence like this, can you honestly suspect anyone else?
Listen, orange juice cannot fix wet freak. The only thing that will fix wet freak is like a lot of therapy.
Can you refute this evidence in any way, my dear? So I thought. So that's that then. Case closed.
You can't do that. Especially not with Weirdo over here. Ooh, not the spooky music.
There he is! Evil mode! Going evil mode! Evil mode engaged.
Hey? Not this shit again. Oh, Christ. When's your funny turn again, Prof? Jesus Christ. gonna drink me out of house and home. She's like, I didn't buy enough orange juice for this. I only have a little bit left. I was gonna drink it once we finished up. I'm gonna drink all the orange juice. No.
Dear me, you're still here.
This is our office.
Goodness, Mr. Layton. You seem a little, disturbed.
He's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Get my name wrong again on purpose, and I'll personally cut out your tongue.
That's it, Prof. Suck it to him.
Good gracious, I'm not quite sure I believe my ears. Are you sure you're a police officer?
Yeah, I mean, evil mode fixes that, you know? Fun fact. I think.
I don't know. You're making me uncomfortable. I demand you allow me to go home seeing as you have no evidence. We have evidence. Let's hear your patronizing 3 irrefutable pieces of hard evidence again, shall we? If you dare.
I like how when he turns into evil mode,
He gets evil hands, too. Evil hands.
yeah, Lucy's like, rip his dick off!
I don't know why you're suddenly assumed this menacing tone. Just get on with it. Well, very well, I'm not sure why I have to repeat myself like this, but firstly, there's the handwritten request sheet. Secondly, the perfume bottle full of poison. And thirdly, the fact that the tea girl was a die-hard fan of Dwight's. You have no idea, do you? The very words coming out of your mouth. What? One of your 3 irrefutable pieces of hard evidence, Mike, is just the irrefutable evidence that proves your guilt. Don't be absurd. Lucy, do you know which one it is?
I think I sort of do, and I sort of don't.
One of Debonaire's 3 irrefutable pieces of hard evidence, and a piece of evidence from the crime scene. By comparing these 2 things, we prove beyond any doubt that Mikey here is the killer. The killer.
JFK, please. He's the killer. Yeah, she's like, oh, god damn it, not this shit again. Anyway, can you, like, please? I want to go home. Perfume. Honestly, though, if, like, my coworker going evil mode made my job easier, like, yes, right? Like, if your coworker going a little bit evil mode made your job easier, wouldn't you too be like, fuck yeah, like, can you get this shit done so I can, like, so this can be over with? I think, exactly. Alfendian retail would be interesting.
You said the bits of broken glass were from a perfume bottle full of poison, Mr. Debonair. That's where you slipped up. You've betrayed yourself rotten.
I'm sorry. You blurted something out that only the real killer could have known.
Aye, about those bits of broken glass in the storeroom. When I found out that's what the poison were in, I assumed they'd come from a pill bottle or something. But real killer weren't carrying the poison in a pill bottle, were he? No, he was using a perfume bottle. The killer. You gotta look out for the killer. The killer's always there. The killer's coming for you.
I know exactly how your devious mind is working. You'd always intended to leave the bottle of poison in Brewer's hand to make it look like a suicide. That's why you very carefully chose a lady's perfume bottle. I don't know what you're talking about. After you've poisoned Brewer, you placed the perfume bottle in her hand and left the strawberry. But then something happened that you hadn't banked on. The girl wasn't quite dead, you idiot! I very much doubt she understood exactly what was happening, but she must have felt she needed to leave a sign, something to show how she was killed. Mustering all her remaining strength, she hurled the perfume bottle against the wall. It smashed to pieces, making it all but impossible to identify what it was. But of course, you didn't know that.
There's no way anyone could tell what sort of container those bits of glass made before they smashed.
Even forensics are still hard at work piecing them back together.
Only one person could possibly know what shape it were originally. And that's the one who put the poison there in the first place. The killer.
Oh dear me.
What a silly mistake. Seems I must have said the wrong thing.
You said the wrong thing. You repeated it no less than 3 times. And yet you'd like to claim you said the wrong thing.
Then you heard me wrong. Yes, that's right, I never said such a thing.
Oh, for pity's sake! When did you know when to give up?
I read that completely backwards.
If that's how you want to play it, let's listen to something.
Oh, what?
She's the one you want. You saw the fax she sent, didn't you? The one with the death threat. Good golly, you even found a perfume bottle of poison next to it, didn't you?
That was the first time. But how did you... I played your recording of Dread's last show, if you remember. It seems I must have accidentally knocked record when I finished.
Oh, you little devil, Prof. Fantastic!
I knew we didn't have enough evidence to pin it on you. That's why I got you to come here. I thought it'd be fitting to have the final piece of evidence come from the killer himself. To start with, here's the handwritten request sheet. However you look at it, that request was a blatant death threat and makes her intentions crystal clear. Next to it, there's the perfume bottle full of poison. That was the second time. Would you like to hear the third? No. You win.
Ah, you giving up at last.
So soon. After all.
I was hoping to tighten the screws on. You're much more than that. What a disappointment you are. Prof, you're back. You want the rest of the orange juice? You gotta pay for the next bottle, I swear. You have to buy the next bottle of orange juice. I'm not doing it.
Sorry about that, Lucy.
No, don't apologise. I'm getting quite used to it now. But seriously, I'm not buying the orange juice. And anyway, it wasn't so bad this time. You snapped out of it without too much trouble. Didn't fight. In fact, I'm a little worried it went a bit too easy. Maybe we should pull back on the evil mode.
Mr. Debonair, there's one more thing I'd like to ask you. While I can still remain standing. What? You haven't once called the tea lady by her name in all the time we've been talking. Very dehumanizing. What of it? Do you not even know the name of the woman who murdered? Of course I do. It was,
Charlotte, was it? No, it's flaming white. You really are scum, aren't you?
The lady's name was Annis Brewer. The lady who smashed the bottle you put in her hand, ensuring you take the rap for your crimes. I'll remember this later.
Oopsie. Yes, Prof?
Take Mr. Debonair to a holding cell, would you? I'm about to fall over.
Mike Debonair. Debonair, I'm arresting you for multiple counts of murder.
I'm Debonair, not Debonair.
Every so often, they, dig through, the couch seats, the cushions. They dig between the cushions, and any loose change that they find goes directly into the orange juice jar.
Inspector! Debonair squeaks like a mouse on helium. The bunny's spewed his guts till he was empty inside.
Enough of that. You're making me feel queasy.
Don't you want to know what the punk's motive was?
Do I ever? Shut up, JFK. Oh my god, that's really cute. Oh my god, I love that. That's adorable. Flora homemade orange juice. That's really cute.
Debonair's been doing the Chinese squeeze on the radio station's account, creaming off the profits.
Oh?
Yep, but Tread found out about it. He started ringing Debonair for cash like a wet towel.
So, Debonair bumped him off.
And what was the relationship between Brewer and Debonair? I covered every angle of that, but I got nothing. Zilch. A gink in that dime. Didn't have a scrap of shared history. They were totally unrelated. What about Brewer and Dredd? The more I looked into it, the less of a connection they seemed to have. In fact, I'd put money on Debonair just laying on the rumors that they were a couple.
Hello, life. Old goon.
Goon, you're not in the mob, Lucy. You have to talk like that.
I just... What's getting in the moment?
I'm not feeling very well. I think I'll head off home now. That wasn't enough orange juice, and I need a nap.
I'm thinking like a lot about Flora making orange juice for him.
Well, I got some news that might cheer you up a bit before you go, Prof.
Oh, spill the beans, Lucy.
Whoa!
Spill the beans then, Lucy. Put us wise.
Dolly's bringing out a new single soon.
Like JFK, that's what I was thinking, but I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to like get too deep into it. But my brain was like, he needs orange juice, but like he needs his sister's orange juice. He's like, that felt shitty. That felt extra shitty. I need Flora's homemade orange juice right now to fix what's wrong with me. Maybe that'll fix me. Maybe some sister time will fix me. We can talk about it all week. You're so right. You're so right.
Dolly, are you talking about the young lady Sniffer brought in by mistake? Hey, every copper pinches the wrong greaser from time to time.
Aye, Dolly Holiday. The new track's causing quite a stir already. It hasn't been released yet. She did call me. I'm not sure. I'm kind of thinking about calling her back, but I'm still thinking about it.
Oh, why's that?
She's called it I'll Be the Death of You. You know.
Holy smoke, isn't that?
The infamous request. Why, the little girl's got herself onto the cover of every magazine because of it.
She's a smart one.
But it's the B side that's got me worried. That one's called Macho Man in a White Gown. I don't know, that sounds bad. Oh, okay, we're good.
It's a bit of a strange title, I grant you, but what's worrying about that?
What are you say?
Don't see what?
Oh, nothing. Never mind then. Who gives a shit? You don't notice. Go drink your orange juice.
Wow. Oh, we're not done yet. Oh.
You hear, Sniffer?
I don't remember his voice. Oh, you just missed him, Justin. He went home a few minutes ago.
He's got to check that lad leaving the office before his bus. Don't blow your top, Justin. You're here too, are you, Al? Of course I am. This is my office, after all. I practically live here. You're home, more like.
Oops, they made the joke after me.
So, how's it been going? Had any incidents recently?
You mean a Jekyll and Hyde moment? With the Prof's dark side? Evil mode?
If that's how you want to describe it, but evil mode doesn't sound very good.
Sorry. I love the idea. She's like, evil mode? And he's like, I can do that. I can do that. They're out of orange juice. This is a disaster. Someone call Flora. Stat.
Talk of the devil, and he'll appear.
Let's just say we're burning through orange juice here. By heck, you scared the wits out of me. There's no cook around here, so... Oh shit.
I didn't realize you could change so easily.
Well, we're out of orange juice, that might be why.
It's been a long time, Justin.
Yeah, truly. The crisis only a big sister can handle. My favorite thing for many things, but also for Layton, is just giving the characters a crisis that, like, an older sibling has to fix. I love it.
In fact, our paths haven't crossed into Radman Castle, have they? Remember, I couldn't forget that if I wanted to. It was memorable, wasn't it? Both of us working together to solve the case.
Okay. You two work together.
Except it still isn't solved, is it? Because you refuse to tell what you know. If it wasn't for that, we'd have solved it long ago. I really don't know what you mean. Fine, if you don't want to discuss it, let's forget it. Leave us alone. As you wish. You know how to find me if you need me again.
Lucy's like, yeah, just don't bring us any orange juice for a few days.
I'd be glad to show up for my old partner anytime. Anytime at all.
Prof, are you alright? Maybe the cafeteria has some orange juice? I don't know.
Yes, thank you, Lucy. I'm fine. Splitting headache really hurts. Did you hear him? Anytime, he said. Did you hear that, Al? Yes, I heard. Have you been in touch with your brother recently? Brother mention! Holy shit. Brother mention! Ooh! This is my problem, Justin. What, you think you can manage him on your own? Ha! Only a son of Herschel Layton would ever entertain the idea.
Only your son would do this. I'm holding him up in case you're curious. The little one, not the big one. The big one's in my room. Only your son would do this. Look at him. This is your fault. This is your fault. Herschel, this is your fault. Hold on, I want a picture of him. I'm shaking him, don't worry. Violently. This is your fault. You did this. You did this.
Well, if that's how you feel, I'll keep my nose out of it. Sorry. Right, I'm off. I wish you all the best, Al. I just hope things don't turn against you.
Excuse me. What's all this?
You needn't concern yourself with it at the moment, Lucy. I need to go home.
But it's bothering me. It's all so intriguing.
You'll find out in some time. Whether you want to or not. Assuming, of course, that you stay on as my assistant. And I hope that you do. Yeah, I told Flora I'd be at her place in 15 minutes.
Who's Flora?
15 minutes has now become 10.
Wow. Alright, I don't know if we'll be able to finish 2 cases next week because they're getting longer. Also, how come this one is a difficulty 4, but then this is a difficulty 2? Just kidding, we might be able to finish 2 cases next week. So, man, they're giving me information. It's really exciting. Oh, Mr. Layton. What are we gonna do with you and your son? Anyway, thank you for coming. Thursday I'll be playing more Nancy Drew. I don't know if I'll be having fun, but I'll be playing it. Yeah, we're finally getting plot. It only took us 5 cases. Yeah, get these fuckers into therapy. Just all of them. Holy shit. I guess I'll have to... I'll put these up. I'll make sure these are public. Nancy is on Thursdays. Thursday, it's gonna be fucking brutal. I might just, like, walk through this one because I'm not having fun. I'm not having fun with it, and I don't want to, like... last time I wasn't having fun with the Nancy game, we played the entire Layton trilogy. Like, you know? And then on Friday, Ronnie and I are actually playing Ghost Trick. So... Ghost Trick. And then on Monday, we'll be back to this. So, thanks for coming. Thanks for hanging out. And, yeah. Yeah, it did happen, Hannah. That's how we ended up here. So, yeah, thank you all for coming. Have a good day. Have a good night. Drink some water. And I'll see you maybe for Layton, maybe for Ghost Trick, maybe for something else. I don't know. But talk to you all later. Goodbye.